PC, do you have any witnesses or evidence?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. And for staff?
Thank you, Your Honor. Staff would call its first witness via video of Mr. Felix Patterson.
Okay, Mr. Patterson, can you raise your right hand, please? Yes. Do you swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give is the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Patterson.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Is that one back there, too?
Mr. Patterson, can you speak up for a minute?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Patterson, could you state your position with the Public Service Commission?
Yes, I'm Senior Utility Auditor in the Commissioner's Accounting Investigation Division.
And in that capacity, did you prepare direct testimony with exhibits filed in this case on November 9th, 2023, dated November 14th, 2023, and entered on the docket as mail log 306049?
Yes, I did.
And was that testimony prepared and filed in both public and confidential versions?
Yes, it was.
Your Honor, if we could mark Mr. Patterson's direct public testimony as Staff Exhibit 1 and his confidential testimony as Staff Exhibit 1C.
Okay, they will be marked as Exhibit 1 and 1C.
Thank you. Mr. Patterson, do you have any corrections or additions to your testimony?
No, I do not.
And to the best of your knowledge and belief, is that testimony true and correct?
Yes, it is.
Does it remain your testimony today?
Yes, it does.
With that, Your Honor, I would move the admission of Staff Exhibit 1 and 1C, along with the attached exhibits to those testimonies, and offer the witness for examination.
Thank you. Is there any objection to the admission of staff, Mr. Patterson's testimony?
No objection. No objection.
Okay. His testimony will be moved into the record as Staff's Exhibit 1 and 1C. Mr. Quinn, do you have any questions for Mr. Patterson?
Thank you, Your Honor. The company has no questions for Mr. Patterson.
PC?
No questions, Your Honor.
I do not have any questions for Mr. Patterson either.
Very good.
Thank you, Mr. Patterson.
Thank you.
Staff would call to the stand Staff Witness Alden Manka. Be careful.
Yes, I do. Alden Manka. M-A-N-K-A. 6 St. Paul Street, Baltimore, Maryland, 21202.
Thank you. Mr. Manka, could you state your position with the Public Service Commission?
I am a regulatory economist in the Telecommunications, Gas, and Water Division.
And in that capacity, did you prepare direct testimony with exhibits filed in this case on November 9th, 2023, and dated November 14th, 2023, and included in mail log 306049?
Yes.
And was that testimony prepared and filed in both public and confidential versions?
Yes.
Your Honor, I would ask that we mark for identification Mr. Manka's direct testimony as Staff Exhibit 2 and his confidential testimony as Staff Exhibit 2C.
Okay, so marked.
Do you have any corrections or additions to your testimony?
No.
And to the best of your knowledge and belief, is that testimony true and correct?
Yes.
Does it remain your testimony today?
Yes.
With that, Your Honor, I would move the admission of Staff Exhibits 2 and Staff Exhibit 2C and to offer the witness for examination.
Okay. Is there any objection to the admission of Staff's Exhibit 2 and 2C?
No objection, Your Honor. Thank you.
No objection.
Mr. Manka's testimony will be marked and moved into the record as Staff's Exhibit 2 and 2C. Are there any questions for Mr. Manka?
Elkton has no questions for Mr. Manka. Thank you, Your Honor.
No questions, Your Honor.
I do have a couple questions for Mr. Manka. I first would just like to clarify, I believe it's the case on page 3 in the direct testimony, I believe it's 9475 that you're referring to, not
Yes.
9745. So we'll just
Yes. Thank you.
make that correction. And one question I believe I have is confidential. So we'll start with the one that isn't. Does staff have any concerns that Sequent was selected for both the AMA and the other contract?
Staff does not.
Okay, and we are going to have to go into confidential.